Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah. I run the account Hand Can Plan, and I am a huge lover of hand lettering, pens, markers, art in general. I love journaling, and I love planners, and I am going to be showing some fun, easy ways that anyone can do fun headers, date headers for your journal or planner or anything. Like, these are just fun ways to write things. I'm going to be using a couple of things that I love. One of them is the Le Pen pigments, and I'm also going to be using Le Pen Flex. And then lastly, I am going to be bringing in some of these Le Plume permanent markers. They're so fun. Okay, the first one is one of my favorite ways to do it. You just need to know a little bit about lettering, and you don't have to know a lot, but these Le Plume pens make it really, really easy to do. So I'm actually going to use this pink one, and we're going to write Monday. I love these. They're flexible, but also really easy to write with. You can write in, actual lettering where you push down harder on the downstrokes and lighter on the up to get that lettering, or you can just write however you want. This works in any type of writing style. I'm going to write a little bit in a brush lettering script, and then I'm going to show you some fun ways to elevate it. I love the way that this one kind of has the darker strokes not only are they thicker, but this makes them a little bit of a darker pink, and then the upstrokes are lighter. I just love the way that looks. It's so fun. Okay, so that's the first step, is just writing. You can write in any way that you want. And then I'm going to be going in with this Le Pen pigment, and this is in a color gray, and I'm just going to easily outline this word. So I'm not going for perfection here. In fact, I kind of like the look of it being a little bit doodly. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making lines at an angle at all of the places where a shadow would be. So I'm going to do the shadow above the word, so the light would be coming from this direction. And just keep the angles all at the same-ish. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect. The same angle and about the same length. Then at the end of writing all of the diagonal lines, we are going to do another outline around those lines. So it kind of makes it 3D. I'm going to finish off the rest of it. All right, there is one title example. The next one's a little bit less time consuming, and I am going to be using this really light blue. This is B700. By the way, the pink was P785. And these are alcohol-based ink, so you can do fun blending with them. I'm not going to do that today, but if you want to, you definitely can, and it's really fun. All right, we're going to write Tuesday with this one. And I'm again going to use the same kind of brush lettering, except I might connect these. And I just spelled Tuesday wrong, but that's okay. All right, what can I turn that into? I'm gonna put testing. So I love this color blue. This is going to be a background to my actual writing. So I'm gonna give that a chance to dry, but I actually wanna go in on the downstrokes a little bit and just make them a little bit darker. I love that about alcohol markers, that you can kind of do some blending and some deepening of lines, and they blend really nice. I'm using marker paper right now, which is really fun, but I find that these work really great on a lot of papers. Alcohol markers do bleed a little bit, so if you are using it in a planner or a journal, you may not want to do tons of layering. All right, now I'm going to go in with a black Le Pen pigment, and I think this is 0.3 in thickness, which I think is perfect for this. And I'm going to be doing kind of an extended cursive on top of this. So that's a really fun way to do another title. That should have been Tuesday, but you know, we all, sometimes mistakes are made. The next one I want to show you is a frequent one that I do, and this is just kind of freehand bubble letters. I really like this to look doodly, so I like to have them be a little bit more rounded. And I'm going to write Tuesday again because we're going to do it right this time. And I really don't try to make this perfect. Again, I really, really, really love the look of kind of imperfect doodles, especially in a bullet journal. Next, I'm going to go with this gray Le Plume pen. This is AG873, and I'm going to make shadows on this. All right, there is the third version. If you want, you can go in and actually color these days in. I'll show you. You could use like this yellow and color it in like this to make it more fun, but you definitely don't have to. I love the look of the white with the gray background. It's also fun to do a colorful shadow behind it, so you could use a different color. You could do pink or whatever you want that would match your layout. And then the next one I want to do, I'm actually going to use this, and I'm going to write the next day. Let's do Thursday. I don't want to write Wednesday because it's so long. But okay, we're just going to keep it kind of short. So I'm just going to do a abbreviated Thursday. So THUR and an S. And while that dries, my next one, I'm going to put a little washi tape down to do this. All right, so I'm gonna go in now for that Thursday with this Le Pen pigment, but it's this really fun turquoise color. And I am going to do shadow outlines of this Thursday. And they're kind of going to be offset a little bit, so they're not going to be touching. It's going to be like, you'll see, a little further away from the Thursday. And then on the opposite side, I'm just going to do little dots with this to kind of finish off the letter. Basically on the downstrokes, that's where the dots would be. All right, so that's another fun one. So we have 4 different ones. I have 2 more that I want to show you. One is pretty simple. We are going to do this one that I've done with the washi tape first. So first, just put a piece of washi tape down, and then I'm going to use this gold color. It's Y627, and I'm going to write Tuesday abbreviated. I'm gonna do all caps here just because it's a little bit easier with this kind of writing. And just keep it to those. I'm gonna get that black back, this one, and give this just a second to dry, and then I'm going to outline with this black. And then I'm going to do kind of a shadow mark with this. And then I'm going to take off the washi. And I'm going to write Tuesday in cursive in that empty spot. All right, and that's a really fun one. You can make it smaller if it's like in a planner, but I just think that is such a fun, really easy way to make something look really elevated. The last thing I want to show you is probably the simplest way, but also one of my favorite ways to write titles. And I want to use these cute Le Pen Flex. I think this is like the pastel colors. And I am going to just pick a random one out of here. I think we'll try this purple. And I am going to show a little bit, these are flexible. So you can do hand lettering pretty easily with these. They're really easy to control. The tip is the perfect firmness for making easy downstrokes and upstrokes. So the main thing you need to know when writing is that I like to hold mine a little bit different than my normal pen. I usually hold my pen like this, which I think maybe that's even a little weird how I'm holding it. And then when I'm doing brush lettering, I like to scoot my hand out a little bit like this so that the tip has a little bit more, I don't know why, but this just makes lettering a little bit easier for me. And on the downstrokes, instead of using the tip of the pen, I'm kind of using the side of the pen. On the downstrokes, I'm going to push down, and on the upstrokes, I'm going to lightly go up, and that will make for those thick and thin lines. So we'll write Monday. And unlike cursive, with this type of brush lettering, you can lift up. I usually lift up after every downstroke, and then it helps my upstrokes. It's easier to have them be light. So go slow and lift off the paper after your downstrokes. These pens are really fun. I really like this set especially. The lighter colors also are a little bit more forgiving when you're just learning brush lettering and you can't see mistakes as easily with them. So while I'm learning to do this, I always tried to choose like a gray versus a black, and it just showed my mistakes a lot less. All right, there are several different ways for you to make headers on your bullet journals. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all very soon. See you, bye.